Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On second down, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
Here's Tannehill, complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 104 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill, and he hits Drake. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Draw play, Tannehill gives to Drake. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's homing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 69 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, Jackson. And some room to maneuver. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And able to find Dorsett. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off.
Hey, Makai, can you hear me?
With a first down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone, 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 gone.
From midfield now, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Kendricks in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Hello.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is Marshall. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. His ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Wow.
Heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Drake off the give for Tannehill. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
No, check. Patriot! Detroit!
Now it's Jackson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 40 yards. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Jackson steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Over! Where's 52?
And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Over! Mike's 50! Yeah, you don't want none.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third and short, going with their tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Pass incomplete. He was trying to force it in there to Amendola, and now it's second down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On third down, Drake. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. On second down, here's Jackson being chased out left. And His throw is going to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's complete to Snead. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. And on the ground they go with the running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now Jackson on second down. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens are in for 6. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number one or number.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. It's one thing to be as disruptive as he's been all year. It's another to do it as a rookie. He might not only be a candidate for Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year possibly.
Yeah, and to do that, you have to be dominant from the first snap your rookie year because, let's face it, everyone devalues rookies a little bit or makes them work harder in order to get.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
On third down, it's Drake. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Pass interference. Defense.
They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So now here come the Dolphins. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And throw right side complete to Parker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. Once more the juke, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Well, I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Again, Tannehill. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And the pressure gets to him again. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that.
They're down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And able to find Dorsett. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Now Jackson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a
that's
little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Baltimore, the final 2 weeks